What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. So when I got back from tour, I went down to Rozi's, picked up some beers. This is one of the beers I picked up. This is I'm probably going to butcher the names on this, the Waltenburger Kloster Hell. It's from Klosterbrauerei Waltenburg, Germany, which is a subsidiary of Brauerei Bischofshof. Excuse me. Well, excuse me again. And this says it's 4.9% ABV. Hopefully I can find it on a can somewhere. And Untapped says it is 20 IBUs. Now, this can right here might look somewhat familiar, or you might have heard of this beer before but thought it was called something else. So originally this was called Urtyp Hell, URTYP, but they've changed the name and rebranded it. So on the can here, like I said, it says Waltenburger Kloster, the oldest monastery brewery in the world. That's really cool. And it says Anno 1050. So I guess the year that this brewery came about was 1050 AD. So this brewery is almost 1,000 years old. Pretty crazy. That is wild. This brewery is almost 1,000 years old. It says Hell, the Bavarian Helles, smooth and mild. Again, it says the oldest monastery brewery in the world. Some small print down here at the bottom. Brewed according to the original recipe by the Bischofshof Brewery in Regensburg. That's really cool. That's neat. Can't believe I have a beer brewed by a brewery that's been around for almost 1,000 years. On the bottom here, it has a best before date of February 2026. I bought this at the end of February. It's only March 15th, so hopefully it's still good. I'm right at the edge of this beer being good. I paid $2.85 for it, so if it's not good, it's not a big waste of money. And there's a bunch of fine print here that just says beer, 16.9 fluid ounces, which I believe is 500 milliliters. Ingredients: water, malted barley, hops, store, cool, and dark. Alcohol, 4.9% by volume. Best before see bottom of can. That's everything else other than the government warning and nonsense. And I believe that's everything to speak of on the can. But again, how cool is it to have a beer brewed by a brewery that's been around for almost 1,000 years? I mean, what is it, 2026? So they're like 975 years or something like that. Amazing. So I'm going to get this on into the glass because I'm so excited to try it. Hopefully it's still good. See if I can do this without getting the price tag into the beer. On Untapped, this gets a 3.41 with 27.6 thousand check-ins. With that many check-ins on Untapped, I was surprised that there was only 35 check-ins on Beer Advocate. But out of those 35 check-ins, this beer gets an 86 very good. Get a nose on it. Hopefully there's some sort of sense to it. You know, a lot of these lighter beers, these Pilsners and lagers are just very, and Helleses and a lot of these lighter beers don't have a big nose on them. Unlike the Ginger Yeti, who has a giant schnoz. So, I'm not getting any real scent off of this or any smell. But when I put my nose down to it, I can smell that there's something there. I don't know if that even makes any sense at all. But the scent is so subtle that I can't even discern what it is. Maybe almost like a hoppy peppercorn kind of smell, but I mean, it's just so subtle, it's almost indiscernible. But it definitely smells like there's something in a glass. As far as color, it's a sunny yellow. You can almost see through it. A little bit of carbonation going through there. I mean, just a little bit of haze in there to make it so it's not see-through. There's about a fingernail's worth of super bright white, finely bubbled foam on the top that just clings to the glass, sticks around, hangs out there, leaving some nice, I guess you'd call them legs or whatever. Yeah, there's something there, but it's just so subtle and so fine that I can't get enough of it to describe what that smell is. but it doesn't smell like just generic beer. It smells like there's something in there. I just can't describe that smell because it's too subtle, too fine for my non-refined nose. Let's take a drink and hopefully it tastes good and doesn't taste out of date since it's right at the edge of being bad. Cheers, everybody, or should I say Prost since it's a German beer. Very light, hair of effervescence. Almost nothing there. Super light, but there is some very subtle sweetness. I want to say a little bit of almost like a banana flavor, but everything is so subtle, so subdued. It's really hard to pick out with my caveman palate. There's a hair of like sweetness there, maybe a little bit of banana, but it's clean, very light bodied, drinks like water, easy to drink. But the flavor that is there, even though it's very hard to describe because it's very subtle, is a very nice flavor. I would really like to find this fresh. Maybe even at the brewery. Maybe one day I'll get to go to the brewery. But for $2.85 a can, this is great. I would give this a horns up. I would definitely drink this again for $2.85 a can. I mean, if you're looking for something that's just, it's beer, it's got a little bit of flavor, but nothing overpowering, nothing subtle. I mean, nothing subtle. That's very subtle. Easily crushable. 4.9%. You could session these all day long and still be good to go. I would absolutely drink this again. Even with it being a couple weeks out of date, it's still very good. I would love to find more beers from this brewery. Wow, excuse me. Excuse me again. How crude. Have you ever had anything from the Waltenburger? Is that the brewery? The Klosterbrauerei Waltenburg, or have you had the Waltenburger Kloster Hell? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to find more beers from this brewery. This is a really easy to drink beer. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, embrace the adventure.